Hey there, Selective Collective. This is Kim with a few messages today for you from my spirit guides, my team that comes through me in various different ways to give you all messages. So the first part, I'll be channeling what these messages were. But in essence, this channel that I'm even talking about is something that we do all the time. In every single thing that we do. We've just seemed to give it kind of a name for maybe symbolizing connecting with things outside of ourselves. But in essence, it is true because we are this soul, and this soul takes a bit of it, similar to how God, source, creator, we all have a bit of that in us. There's a bit of our soul that comes to this body, and then we call it spirit. And spirit essentially is just a little bit of you that gets channeled through this body, through this avatar, through this look, through this outfit. And so in essence, I'm always channeling. And what about these energies? What about these energies here lately? Oh my God, they've been intense. Oh my God, they've been intense. I have sat at night with, or sometimes during the day even, with the heating pad on my back or somewhere on my neck, wherever the energy is deciding it needs to move something out of the way or shift because of these strange little aches, pains that come and they go in different areas. Seems even allergies maybe even more intense right now to me. And I did get the message here though that yes, the things are intense right now. Everything's intense. Both sides of the scale, everything is intense right now, and you should be feeling a lot in your bodies. So you should take that heating pad. You should maybe do what I do. I prop myself up on a bunch of pillows, and I even get like a tube to go around my neck so that I'm completely supported, and then I'm able to really relax and maybe drift off into meditation, sleep, whatever my body's calling for. I think we're all being instructed to do that. But just like the little props that I use to keep myself more comfortable during energy shift, that is what Spirit wants you to look at them. Your helpers, your angels, they want you to look at them as your external support during shift change that can make you more comfortable. We're talking about your faith, talking about your hope, your sinking into different types of relaxation methods, you're receiving different types of information. So this brings me to what happened in my dream. So I've got this like notebook next to me now that I've decided I'm going to start writing down main points in the dreams that I have. And this one was interesting. There was two words that came to me in a dream. Kind of, I'll tell you how I know of this, but it was queuing theory. Queuing theory, it's something I've heard or read about. My father had to deal with in car manufacturing, queuing theory, because of him having to like oversee different aspects of making car frames, in particular car seat frames. And what it is it's a field of mathematics that in general is going to tell you that there's some sort of wait time and then figure it out mathematically. Okay, what's the factor in times for this, factor in what service is going to be, and then maybe get some order to the Waite. So I took it very metaphorically to pass along to the collective that it's a little bit difficult when you're in, when most of your mathematics are the things that go behind the scenes before something is delivered to you. Okay, and so here, when we're producing peanut butter and jelly sandwich for ourselves, then we know the clear steps. We know the bread, the jam, the peanut butter. We approximately know how much each step will take and what kind of materials do we need for that. But when you're going through spiritual upgrades, when you're knowing that there is a lot of work that is done during the queue, during your wait for something to manifest, that one, they're showing me everybody being very connected, and all of us in queue. All of us in queue. And all of us having different factors of what is causing something to take a certain time. Why some people longer than others? Why does it seem like that? What are these maybe hidden factors? I don't know. That's kind of what I would like to ask for Spirit, because because there's no real formula to figure it out, but we can take the message that there is some sort of divine order, maybe based on something very mathematical of how things are going to unfold, in your life, to bring you your manifestations, to bring you the experience you want, the place that you want, a partner that you want. But yeah, so as the energies pick up, though, I would assume that the manifestations will start picking up, and maybe the queue is getting shorter and shorter. And that's the main messages that they wanted me to give. So everything might seem intense, though, from the body to the nervous system to you picking up on things before they happen, you picking up on what people are going to say before they say it, you reading energy extremely well and in a sensitive way, that until you have some sort of adjustment, it's almost like eating spicy food for the first time in your life, and then you have it for days on end. It's like, whoa, might be shock to your system, but you'll eventually get used to something. Beautiful. Okay, I have 2 cards for us. I have Bastet and Ishtar, Lionsgate, and here, let's do that. That's 174 hertz. I can already tell you that's the pain relieving frequency. 174 hertz is in relation to the cat's purr. Just cats' frequency and vibration from their purr is enough to be healing to our soul, our vibrations. You can look up that hertz if you want maybe something to like slow you down and help you with any kind of aches or pains. It says, if an issue has been troubling you, this oracle brings guidance that there is an approach available that can reduce suffering and increase your feelings of happiness. You've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slowing, healing rhythm. You will restore your body, mind, and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even a pleasure to accomplish. Bastet was one that she valued beauty, pleasure, and enjoyment. It was not about ignoring problems, but it was seeing that problems also, as well as these other things, were just part of life and living. You could call on her for psychic protection from hidden negative energies. Relaxation, healing with pleasure. Teaches us how to slow down and smell the roses. That was another message, actually, that was coming through, was earlier. Noticing yourself slow down because of the intense energies, and start noticing, and you'll start noticing these little details that maybe we hadn't necessarily noticed before. It might feel like I'm just seeing somebody like space out at work, but what they're doing is focusing on one single little thing and finding kind of like awe in it. This could be a response to the intense energies around us. I'm going to say that. Such fast energies on every side of us, causing us to maybe go so fast that we end up being in slow motion, like the Flash. So yeah, it says take time to rest, heal, and relax, and enjoy your life. Number 44, Ishtar, Lionsgate, says 888. This is an extremely good card to get in any reading. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance, and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. So you have this very feline energy, right? Cat. You have the lion. You have cat energy. Big cat, little cat. And honestly, if you want to go with this, I see the feminine connection with the small cat. And I see with Bastet just being feminine anyway, Bastet as a goddess. But the lion relates to Leo. Leo is a masculine sign. So I see a divine masculine, divine feminine pair here. This energy is relentless in the pursuit of the path to true inner freedom. Okay. Ishtar, though, is a she. So here, that's me, just what I would say looking at the lion. But if we're going to talk about Ishtar, it is a queen of the night. Okay, so I don't want to say, but I'm going to relate it to the sign. All right, we'll say both. It could be both. It's probably both anyway, in all. All right, she is a guardian and a symbol of resurrection. It says, you shall rise again. Those who have felt that their identity or any other marker of security has been torn away from them. This is your way back to peace and prosperity. You shall be restored with so much more than you lost. And this is a time where people have lost out. All kinds of people have lost out in many different ways. A lot being very tangible and financial, but a lot of people going through various family issues, deaths, normal life, but, you know, like I say, intensity. So not only would the frequency of these events maybe pick up, or even they're going to intensify, and then your ability to feel everything is also going to be intensified. So it's just one big, okay. She is Ishtar is actually a woman priestess with talons and wings, flanked by owls and lions, holding the sacred tools, a rod and a ring in her hands. She is bejeweled and naked. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I've heard of her. So she stands completely naked, but with a bunch of jewelry on, like, powerful. powerful. The jewels and tools represent her great power and effectiveness. The stars around her represent higher consciousness and loving wisdom. It is a sign for great blessing in your life, indicating prosperity, peace, healing, and love. The lion's gate falls when the sun is in Leo. Leo's the sign of the lion. Astrology, I'll just say this. Ruler of the heart. I'm not going to read on this. Okay, so this portal that opens up is August 8, becomes 888. And the 8 frequency will stimulate your soul in its own unique way. This is a message for breakthrough with healing and significant lightening up in your life, and it signifies the end of a deeply challenging cycle. When hope has been difficult to find or all seems lost, the light shall return and beautiful blessings are destined to unfold in your life. Okay? Nice. Nice. Three, 2. Okay, can we see everything? So I have 333. I have Symphony, Constellation, and the Black Widow card. The Constellation says in connection with a large amount or quantity. Symphony, talking about being together and kind of like co-creation, collaboration. Black Widow, a web of control. And then you do have victory with achievement, recognition, winner, plans coming to fruition. But with the old car, which is something that like a family pattern or being stuck in the past, good old days, die hard, like things like that, whatever has been avoided or, stopped us from changing out of fear of something new or holding on to comfort, even if it wasn't good for us. This steering clear from kind of like retiring this energy has got the card uncertain coming out here. So it's going to be about what kind of action are you going to take, what was hidden might be revealed to you with this eclipse of what they're talking about specifically in each person's life, what situation is a lower vibration for you, which ones would be best for you, only you would know. So the eclipse, union of opposites, conceal. You have another 3. You almost have all the 3s here. Friendship, event, mask. It says soul tribe. It's like, look, you have constellation in connection with a large amount of quantity, friends, soul group, soul tribe, and then symphony, harmony, synergy, co-create. And then it's like they threw in there's more good and then there's bad here with the other 3 being the Black Widow. And then we have 9, 6. We have 3, 9, 6. Or 3, 6, 6, 9. Yeah. So I have curtain call, acclaim, fame, recognition, parade, celebrity, admiration, spotlight, master, discipline, working smart, focus, structure, teaching, training, conquer, overcome, controlled, learning a skill, in the flow, a commanding presence. And I have the person of water on the bottom. So very highly intuitive person, very connected, feeling from your heart space. Psychic, maybe. Okay, we'll see what the Black Widow is about. What's the Black Widow talking about? The Lovers. Nine of Cups. It's about who's on your path with you, or who you're choosing to be on your path with. Who your partner is. It can be an opposite. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Putting in the effort. This could be when we're like losing patience about something that we've been invested in. Maybe a marriage, relationship, partnership with justice, something where the scales are off balance here. I also think you are in transition to meeting a soulmate energy, maybe somebody who's quite the opposite of you, maybe a union of opposites. So I think they're saying, like, this is representing that not investing in the old ways of doing things, or things that we're just doing out of habit instead of what's good for us. Five of Wands. What's the Five of Wands about? Competing, distracted, whatever it is that keeps us from moving forward towards our passion, or whatever it is that we feel like is preventing movement in our life. Ace of Pentacles. With the curtain call, that's interesting. Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So there's you and Q. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. There's you and Q looking at what you're pulling in, what you visualize for yourself. Being the master of this expansion, like an expansive time where you're focused, like the Two of Wands, focused, planned, prepared for a new, to invest in something new, or somebody wanting to invest in you. It is an opportunity. Ace of Pentacles. It's an opportunity for more money, finances getting better. So there's new friendships, partners, and alliances with both of these. The Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. You're just in queue, waiting on this change to come. Could actually be moving on the card. People are moving, going somewhere else. There's definitely a gift. Maybe due to this curtain call energy, this recognition, this standing out. I knew this one was going to come out, but I don't know if I was thinking with the Two of Wands. Sometimes it's somebody like looking off in the distance. Maybe somebody that's focused on you that you don't see or you don't know. Could be somebody from the shadows. Maybe an official person, but they're, I don't know, maybe a secret admirer or somebody that holds a big position of power, honor, authority. Your work, toil and labor. Looks like it's part of that ostrich trap, doesn't it? Keeping you in fear. What you're expecting. Judgment call. What you're expecting. What you're expecting. Expectation. And with adjudication, I'm just getting judgment or big decision made around your work. Maybe around what has possibly been holding us back. Let me see that. I'm making a judgment call. Oh, nice. Another feline. Cat. The white cat. Huh. Yeah, okay. The brief illness, and especially when it's over that toil and labor, you know, working just to maintain this wheel. It feels like a hamster wheel. There's something about this unhealthy like situation. Maybe he's talking about in society of just always being so pushed to do more out of a fear instead of doing more of what we love. Could quite be like an unhealthy situation that we're in. It's causing us a lot of work or danger, a warning of overdoing it and possibly even getting sick. That expectation. It's an expectation of feeling like you're going to be deceived. Somebody keeping a secret from you, or but you're seeing clearly. So this could be some kind of deception that we're expecting, or pre-dooming that we're expecting something to get harder, when I think it's going to be like the opposite. Because murky thoughts in the reverse, when our thoughts are clear, and the woe in the reverse, this is when we're focused really on a solution of helping ourselves with spirit and helping one another. Secret deception, expecting to be deceived. I mean, I'm getting an immediate correlation to the news or what we're being told, like globally. I'm getting that connection of feeling like now we're just like people still have their secrets, but we're like expecting it to be a certain way. Maybe we just have to keep a check on our perspective, even though in reality we may be seeing a lot of that stuff go on. There's change. 9, they're both the Kipper. Change. Those are endings, closings of a chapter, a book, maybe a closing of a time of great deception, covering up, hiding inside a book, a secret. So we have this ending. It's something is ending or going out of that experience, possibly with this deception. Anything that was stopping you from soaring high, the stork in the reverse. Is anything that is stopping? So it has to do with something that is going out of your life. Maybe Spirit's taking care of it. Maybe that's why we're in queue. Normally it talks about like a relocation. Have a divine counterpart maybe coming in. Secret admirer. The marriage card. Let me get one from the Heaven or Hell Oracle. Just curious to see what the angels would say about this change and influence here. Whoa. Okay, tell me about the influence bringing on the change or bringing about this change. Interesting. Light of understanding. Redemption. We also have a renegade on the other side and ambition on the other side of this. You have fines and unfair costs and restitution. What else? Breaking the circle. Fraud and misrepresentation. Fertility and fruitfulness versus luxury. Interesting, right? So there's definitely some kind of prosperity. The breaking the circle, I think it's like a breaking the cycle. Like the old car card. Because you understand now what is going to be like where your focus is versus ambition, the light of understanding. It's about that's about your mission, I feel. And then redemption, redeemed, feeling redeemed, getting to move past any kind of challenge or even judgment from others, maybe judgment from yourself. This is about redemption and restitution. Those that have been taking on your energy or have been the scales that have been off balance, keeping people in fear that have been trying to show their light, trying to help. Spirit is in charge of that type of restitution. I have 77 with I am brave on the bottom. 23 is on the bottom of the deck. But 77 says it is time to move on from old patterns, habits, and fears. Yeah, breaking the circle. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desire and ambition. Now is the time to be bold and brave. I am brave. And that is Aniel, Kabbalistic higher order angel number 37 and 77. Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. If you'd like a private reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you for joining me. Consider hitting that like button if you thought it was a decent reading. And subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.